Go! I would like for everyone to please rise as our Highlander Choir sings the Star-Spangled Banner.
What? Wait, what?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the
Please remain standing. I would like to now welcome the Secretary of the Class of 2017 to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, Rachel Lucarelli.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Rachel. Please be seated. Good evening. This is Paul Gorski, principal of West Milford High School. Come on, seniors and senior parents. I know you won't miss that. First and most importantly, I would like to welcome the family members and friends who have come to witness this special celebration. You have done the heavy lifting to get these young people to this point. You've been your children's teachers every moment of their lives. We've educated them for only a short while. You know them much better than we ever will, and we thank you for entrusting them to us over the last 4 years. So, class of 2017, please give your families and friends in the audience a big Highlander round of applause. Also in attendance this evening are a number of our district administrators, led by Superintendent Alex Anamone, Business Administrator Barbara Francisco, Director of Education Daniel Novak, Director of Special Services Dr. Elizabeth McQuaid, our district principals and supervisors, and, a little closer to home, our secretaries, custodians, and maintenance crews, lighting and audio tech, advisors and students, Highlander Band and Choir, the printing of our night program by Mr. Bob Weedman, and all of whom worked so hard for this ceremony. Now, I would like to recognize our West Milford High School Educators of the Year, led by Mrs. Jennifer Monago, and Mrs. Janice Garish, who led our procession onto the field this evening. I thank our faculty for their support of our graduates and their excellent work that they do every day with our students. In particular, I'd like to recognize our retirees, staff members who have served our students with dedication. Our retiring teachers are Mrs. Mary Ann Harris, Mr. Glenn Wagner, and Mr. Edward Miller. Retirees of our support staff are Mrs. Janet Fanning and Mr. Michael Van Brunt. I would like to cap off my recognitions by spotlighting our school and this class of 2017. As far as our high school is concerned, we had a great year of prideful moments on our competition fields, our performing arts stages, and in our classrooms, as championships were won in both athletics and fine and performing arts. Our music program is used to accolades and had another wonderful marching season with indoor percussion and indoor guard excellence to boot. For a cherry on top, Jazz Ensemble took first place at the Berkeley Jazz Festival. Our athletic program had an excellent year as well. The State DAA-NJ Excellence Award, county championships for field hockey and gymnastics, a state sectional final for softball, sportsmanship awards, and much more. Our school newspaper, the Highland Echo, won first place with special merit from the American Scholastic Press Association. In recognition of our character education programs and efforts at promoting a positive culture school-wide, our high school earned State School of Character honorable mention and was awarded 5 National Character Education Promising Practice recognitions. Athletically, for the activities of our field hockey, gymnastics, and tennis teams, and academically for fine arts with our Empty Bowls night, and English for Project North Pole. Our students have contributed to so many great causes, from multilingual holiday caroling to Special Olympics, Punt, Pass, and Read Across America Week, the International Dinner, the Smile Train, holiday food drives, the Cinderella Project, Join In Club Color Guard, the Holocaust Gallery Walk, donations to St. Jude's and Kids Helping Children at Chilton Hospital, mural painting at St. Joseph's Children's Hospital, Warren Remembrance Day, Relay for Life, the Town Library ribbon cutting, and much, much more. Taking pride in their school, scholar athletes became painters, adorning the walls of our school with our beloved black and gold. This morning's grad walk crystallized that pride as our class of 2017 came full circle. Countless other students, both seated here and throughout our school, do good and selfless deeds each day. They are good fruit, born from good trees. Service to others does not end there, however. Those in our audience, if you have served in our armed forces, please stand. Now, Highlanders of the class of 2017 who will be joining our armed forces, please rise now and join our servicemen and women. Thank you. Not only are they fine human beings, our Highlanders are pretty smart, too. We have a National Merit Commended Scholar, Christopher Sansone. And a National Merit semifinalist, Thomas Glade. This senior class is participating for the 5th time in the AP Advanced Placement Exam Challenge with students from local high schools. Our department academic award winners are listed in your program this evening. Stand up, please, if you want one of our academic department awards. Please stand up. Thank you. As seen earlier this month at our scholarship night, the West Milford community recognizes the character and intellect of our students. 46 local organizations supported the post-high school futures of these graduates with funds they raised from generous contributions from throughout our community. That night, our students who received scholarships promised to spend the money only on books, educational supplies, or employment materials. Now, about the class of 2017. As you can tell from the accomplishments I've just listed, there is a tremendous amount of talent in this senior class. This group has shown the ability to create, to entertain, to raise awareness. With talent comes responsibility, a responsibility to lead, to enrich our world by practicing your gifts with positivity. Highlanders, as you embark on life's journey, I know you'll be equal to this calling. As a means of connecting this year's yearbook theme of the movies and Robert Frost's timeless poem, The Road Not Taken, found in your program, I relate a recent experience I had at a movie theater. My 4-year-old son, an avid Cars movie fan, couldn't wait to see Cars 3 when it came out this past weekend. Highlanders here, you were in what, 2nd or 3rd grade when the Cars movie came out? Come on, I know there's some cartoon racing fans out here among our class of 2017. My son liked the movie, though it was a little bit long for his age. But what made him scream and smile was the little Lightning McQueen Matchbox car we gave him afterward. He hasn't put it down since. It leaves a mark somewhere on his skin as it accompanies him to bed every night. Someday soon, he'll lose that car and move on to something else, as we all did as we grew up. One thing we all have in common, from Robert Frost to Owen Gorski, to you, Highlanders of the class of 2017, is that even with GPS, we can't know the future. So we have to choose the roads we'll travel in life. We can't drive every single one. We never know exactly where those roads will lead, who and what we'll encounter along the way, how those experiences will influence others, and how they'll change us. No spoiler alerts for Cars 3 if you're going to go see it, I promise. But I echo the theme of the movie, that there is no greater joy than that which is felt by a parent, a teacher, a mentor who watches a young person bloom and come into their own. Tonight, we are all so very proud of you, Highlanders of the class of 2017. Congratulations. I would now like to welcome up to the podium our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Alex Anemone.
Good evening, parents and grandparents, family, friends, teachers, staff, administration, Board of Education members, and most importantly, good evening to the West Milford Township High School class of 2017. Tonight is your night. Before I get to my brief speech, I would like to acknowledge some special guests tonight. If they could please stand up and give us a quick wave. Welcome, Board of Education President Jim Foodie. Board of Education Vice President and longtime former West Milford High School English teacher Terry Dwyer. Board of Education Trustees Will Seidowitz. Board of Education Trustee Glenn Huber. Mr. Gorski mentioned the senior walk that we had this morning. So this year we started a second new tradition where we invited our building principals to the high school commencement. If you could please stand up and give us a wave from Apshua School, Stephanie Primavera. Maple Road Principal, Bill Kane. Westbrook School Principal, Dr. Dana Swartz. Paradise Knoll Principal, Jen Miller. Mackapin School Principal, West Milford's own, Mark Citro. And our Mackapin School Assistant Principal, Matt Stryans. Thank you all for coming, colleagues. It means a lot to these students. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about the accomplishments of the class of 2017. We know how talented this group of students is, and we spent the better part of June awarding thousands of dollars in scholarships to this class. I am, however, going to bring up some of my favorite quotes, just a few, and all of them from the same person, Hall of Fame baseball player and American icon Yogi Berra. After each quote, I'll add some comments and try to connect them somehow to West Milford and to our graduates. For example, Yogi Berra once said, "If the world were perfect, it wouldn't be." As you head out to college and beyond, remember the world is not a perfect place. It is your challenge to make it better. One day at a time, one small random act of kindness at a time. It doesn't cost you anything, but it can make someone's day. Ultimately, it's good to be nice. It ain't over till it's over. At times, life can be challenging, and I want our graduates to never, ever give up. No matter how, just keep persisting and keep working hard. Many of the greatest, most successful people in history were failures who kept persevering until they became successful. And lastly, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. We all know that life is full of difficult and demanding decisions. Every decision you make today will have an effect on your life tomorrow and the day after that. You've all been part of an award-winning character education curriculum for the past 13 years, and all of our graduates here, you all know right from wrong. When the fork in the road appears, take the correct one. Thank you, and on behalf of the Board of Education, congratulations to the West Milford Township High School class of 2017.
Thank you, Dr. Anamone. At this time, I would like to welcome up to the podium the advisor of the senior class of 2017, Mrs. Susan Nebeker.
Good evening. As we prepare to launch yet another graduating class of West Milford High School into infinite possibilities and unlimited potential, we should stop and pause. Every class develops a personality, an identity, and a temperament of their own. This class is unique, but we say that about every class. However, this class is unique. Collectively, they are the last class who will ever grace the halls of West Milford High School that were born in the 1900s. It makes them seem old. It seems as though they are seasoned and prepared, and that is because they are. This morning, they culminated their high school careers with a walk down memory lane. As they boarded the buses for their home schools, adorned in their caps and gowns, there was a sense of honor, of accomplishment, of community. These Highlanders showed our elementary students how hard work pays off. The pride they displayed as they walked the halls of their elementary schools was unmeasurable. The elementary students were in awe of their presence. They were welcomed with signs and balloons and clapping. It was a feel-good moment, to say the least. It was a community of celebration, of support, of perfection. As a school district, we were united. We have completed the full circle. We have grown our young into fine, upstanding individuals and shown our littlest students what the future holds. On this day of pomp and circumstance, it was a warm and fuzzy moment, one that I hope will become a memory for every student who experienced it today. The class of 2017 will be giving a class gift that is twofold. We will be purchasing banners to be placed throughout the complex to promote our feeling of community. We will also be donating to the new sign fund, which was established last year. It is our goal to install a digital sign in front of the high school that will be dedicated to total high school information. Our hope is that it should be ready to order after next year's class donates. At this point, I am honored to turn over the podium to Kelsey Harrison, this year's salutatorian.
Good evening, faculty, friends, and family of the class of 2017. The last time our class was gathered all together was 8th grade promotion, after conquering middle school just to be at the bottom of the food chain again. And now, here we are, having conquered high school, to be placed yet again at the bottom of an even larger food chain. There is no reason to fear life after high school, though, as these last 4 years have proved that we do not always face our battles alone. I am lucky to have had the most supportive and selfless parents by my side who have instilled in me the values necessary to face any challenge head-on. In a few months, I will be headed to college in California. It may seem as though I am trying to get as far away from New Jersey as possible, but the truth is that West Milford has been one of the best places to grow up. New Jersey has something for everyone, especially when it comes to food. It is one of the few places in the world where you can find a diner ready to serve you that omelet or those pancakes when you're craving them at 2 in the morning. In West Milford, we're lucky to have had Highlander Deli right around the corner to fill us up with a Taylor ham, egg and cheese before school, and a Gorski before practices and games. When you're looking for a milkshake and burger, Paul's Place has never failed to satisfy. I have come to realize that West Milford isn't the boring small town I once thought it to be. No matter where you are in this town, you're likely only a short hike away from an amazing view. Some of my fondest memories have been made from days of swimming, kayaking, and boating on Greenwood Lake with friends during the summer. Every year, the Autumn Lights Festival, air show, and boat races bring the community together. We are even home to Clinton Road, what many have claimed to be the scariest road in the country. We are also lucky enough to live just a short drive from New York City and some of the greatest beaches in the world. Although many of us may be excited to leave West Milford behind after high school, we must remember all it has offered us over the years. No matter where life may take us in the future, some part of us will always be rooted here in the experiences we shared together. As we embark on our separate journeys, remember that as Dr. Seuss once said, you'll miss the best things if you keep your eyes shut. Thank you and congratulations again to the class of 2017.
Thank you, Kelsey. And now I'd like to welcome up the valedictorian of the class of 2017, Christina Pellegrino.
If there's one thing I've learned in high school, it's that you need to keep speeches like this short and sweet, because the teenage attention span, including mine, is even shorter than we all thought. So welcome, Dr. Anemone, members of the board, Principal Gorski, members of administration, faculty, family, friends, and the class of 2017. Humbled, I stand with you today as a member of this exceptional graduating class. 12 years ago, many of us boarded a school bus for the very first time with crayons in one hand and our lunch money in the other. Surrounded by the tears of our parents and cameras flashing in each and every direction, we entered elementary school hungry for knowledge and unaware of the destinations our journeys would lead us to. Over the last 12 years, we have grown as individuals and transformed the ways in which we view the world. The first day of elementary school, we resembled new, shiny pennies being introduced to the world. In our early years, a penny was nothing more than an object to go along with the saying, "Find a penny, pick it up, all day long, you'll have good luck." In middle school, we came together for the very first time and made new friends and old memories. 4 years ago, I spoke in front of this same class at promotion and congratulated us for completing that step of our journey. We were all a little worn and experienced, like pennies passed through a few transactions. At this point in our lives, we began to appreciate pennies a little more, because if we collected enough, we could save to buy something we had coveted. Then, in high school, we found our closest friends, our lifelong passions, and learned a lot about ourselves. We mixed together like change in a wallet, sharing experiences and slowly warming up to each other. We began to ponder what the next step in our futures would be. We began to lose interest in the penny because it was not enough to purchase our cars, phones, and clothing. We unconsciously began to view the penny as worthless, and it had little importance in our lives. But little did we realize, we were beginning to resemble the worn pennies of the world, having passed through countless transactions through the last 12 years. The way we view something, like a penny, represents how we have matured and grown. Dr. Seuss once said, "A person is a person, no matter how small." Despite the small value and size of a penny, I began to notice its importance. Each time a penny is transferred to its new owner, a story is passed with it. The same penny I find on the ground and use to purchase a pack of bubblegum may later be used to pay for a child's education, or possibly something as significant as a life-saving medical treatment, before reaching its final destination like a jar in your house or a wishing well. Pennies hold more value than 1/100th of a dollar. They hold stories and help to create them. These stories, like our experiences, have depth and wisdom. The accumulation of these stories have led us to where we are today. And these, along with our future encounters, will help decide the rest of our unwritten stories. A penny represents the idea that value should be measured by more than just a dollar amount. Similar to a penny, I hope one day we have our worth measured by what we have accomplished rather than by what we have obtained. Our strong desire to succeed will lead us to take part in transactions involving our own knowledge, wisdom, and experiences with others. Rather than a dollar sign followed by numbers, our value will be defined by our ability to construct the change we want to see in the world, and by how many stories and pennies we can positively impact. However, I will say that some things never change. Here we are, 12 years after boarding our first school bus, and our parents are still crying, and their cameras are still flashing. Once again, in the wise words of Dr. Seuss, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where you go. I hope your crayons keep your future colorful, and I hope that when you reach for your lunch money, each of you aspire to be not the shiniest, but instead the most experienced and worn penny in your proverbial wallet. I wish each of you success in all that you choose to do. Thank you, and once again, congratulations to the West Milford High School class of 2017.
Thank you, Christina. And now to deliver the address as the voice of the senior class, Morgan Brown.
My dear friends, colleagues, the one guy in the hallway who always did that weird bird whistle thing, teachers, administration, families, and the class of 2017. I am looking forward to giving you what I hope to be a truly inspiring and somewhat funny graduation speech, full of highly personal anecdotes that are entirely too specific to be applicable to each graduate, but will come full circle in the end to have some sort of inspiring message about following your stars and reaching for your dreams. All of the graduation speeches I've looked up start with an amazing quote, so I decided to stick to the status quo with that one. High school is, as stated by my true idol, Troy Bolton, about having friends we'll keep for the rest of our lives, and that means we really are all in this together. If you couldn't tell yet, parents and kids younger than 16, this entire speech is going to be a collection of obscure High School Musical references with the occasional pun. It's my only sense of humor. But this really is true. The friends that I'm looking at right now with a dorky smile are ones that will stick with me for the rest of my life. One of the best parts about West Milford High School is not just the new vending machines the school got just as we were leaving, but it is the inclusiveness that radiates from each and every person. I am friends with my theater kids, the group in the back of my anatomy classroom that only talks about food and only sometimes pays attention, people in my gym class where we shuffle around in a circle every day, and even the guys in the audio booth. I am not afraid to smile at someone I recognize in the hallway because 9 times out of 10, I get a smile back. The other 10th of the time, I get the, why are you smiling at 7:28 in the morning? The teenage brain doesn't wake up until 10 anyways. I saw it in a BuzzFeed article face, where your head kind of goes to the side and you squint a little bit. This school has some of the kindest people I've ever met within its walls, and now we are all going out into the world. I have a great opportunity to use a Shakespeare quote here, so I'm gonna get some professionalism points back. Shakespeare once wrote, "All the world's a stage." We are all finishing Act 1 of our lives, where we went from learning to write our names and coloring within the lines to trying to learn how to calculate a chi-squared test, which unfortunately has nothing to do with chai tea. I was very disappointed when I found out. We've set the stage by now. In a minute, they'll be reading the playbill aloud and handing us little paper slips and then letting us run off stage, frantically getting ready over the next months for Act 2. That could be different for all of us. Trade school, the workforce, our armed forces, crushing debt, college. But there is no doubt in my mind that all the people you've met here have helped you get there. They've been backstage this whole time, pumping you up, reminding you of helpful lines and lyrics and dance moves, and that constant reminder to get a job. Speaking of which, thank you to our permanent stage managers, our parents, and families. Somehow, you've managed not to strangle us amidst the hormonal chaos that is high school, and managed to get us this far. We are now graduating, and you are only a few gray hairs at the loss for it. You're killing it, though. You look great. And to our directors, in some cases literally, but also figuratively, our teachers. There is no doubt in my mind that you have all helped me become the student and person I am today, despite my incessant procrastination and the senioritis that hit in September. I am without a doubt smarter and stronger than I was when I came in a quiet freshman. Thank you for showing us the way, calling us out on the dumb things we do as teenagers, and guiding us through the maze of tests, homework, and personal life. The knowledge you have gifted us with will help us through our studies, and the life lessons you have taught us are the stage directions in the script we have for Act 2, suggestions that are usually good to navigate life. To the people on stage with me here today, all we have to do is sit through the names and stuff, and then we are out of here. I don't think there's much chance of sneaking out at this point, considering it's a big open field and we can't really camouflage ourselves, but I'm almost done, so that's good. Anyways, the wisest words I can bestow upon you are not the ones I found from old age or infinite wisdom, but from my grandfather. Before anything I've ever attended, he's always reminded me to be myself. Always remember who you are. Whatever your career choice or debt choice may be, never forget that deep down you will always be a Highlander and will always be supported by the community we've created as a class here. Go out on stage and shine with everything given to you here and from friends and family. And to alter another Troy Bolton quote to really fit this occasion, once a Highlander, always a Highlander. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan. Superintendent Anemone, President Foodie, and members of the Board of Education, as principal of West Milford High School, it is my happy duty to state the following. High school graduation requirements are set forth by New Jersey State Statute and Administrative Code, Title 6A, Section 8, and Title 18A, Section 35. Locally, they are contained in Board of Education Policy 5460. Dr. Anemone and Mr. Foodie, I certify that the students seated before you have met the graduation requirements of the West Milford Board of Education and the state of New Jersey. Therefore, it is my honor and privilege to present the West Milford High School Highlanders Class of 2017.
I got a tough act to follow, Morgan, so I hope I can get a few laughs as well. Good evening and congratulations to our graduating seniors, their parents, family, and friends. The West Milford Board of Education welcomes you to the commencement ceremony for the graduating class of 2017. We hope you enjoyed your walk down memory lane when you visited your elementary schools today, and that you were able to see how far you've come. Most of you probably feel like you spent an eternity in school, but if you ask your parents, they will tell you the time flew by. Many of you will be going into college, some of you into the military, and Semper Fi to those Marines, and others into the workforce. To all of you, I want to say something, and that is, I wish you all the best. You can do whatever you want to. You're only limited by yourself and no one else. With that said, the advice I want to give you doesn't come from me, but from the American writer, poet, and attorney, Max Ehrman. He wrote this in 1927, and I think it is as relevant today as it was 90 years ago, and you thought you guys were done with school. Don't worry, just one last lesson, and then you can have your diplomas. I want to thank West Milford resident and Wanaku's Passaic County Teacher of the Year, Barbara Ziegler, for introducing this poem to me. You're never too old to learn, and I hope you have a lifetime of it. This poem is titled Desiderata. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. Even the dull and the ignorant, they too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection, neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. But do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be. And whatever your labors and aspirations, in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful and strive to be happy. In conclusion, is there anything that you want to say to your teachers? Wait a minute, let's skip that part. I hope you remember your years here fondly and that you all have great, successful futures. Thank you very much, and good luck, class.
And now, to read the names of our graduates of the class of 2017, I welcome up to the podium Vice President of the senior class, Kenneth Signoretti. And President of the senior class, Andrew Perucchi.
Rachel Michelle Lucarelli.
Kelsey Lauren Harrison.
Christina Nicole Pellegrino.
Morgan Isabel Brown.
Emily Elizabeth Miller.
Jared J. Acanfrio.
Matthew D. Adler.
Alvaro M. Amato.
Erin Nichelle R. Antona.
Amber Ashby.
Alexandra Ayers.
Ashley Azanero.
Brianna M. Babcock.
Emily Barnable.
Sarah L. Barrett.
Jimmy Badianis.
Shayna Bigley.
Sean M. Block.
Melanie Ann Blomstrand.
Casper Adam Bogashevsky.
Albert James Bolger.
Vincent Barato.
Brandon Borer.
Ariana Boss.
Timothy William Bradford.
Michael G. Brennan.
Isaac William Brook.
Can you start?
David J. Brower.
Martin Brooks.
Nicole Brown.
Matthew John Brown.
Tiffany Lauren Kaola.
Hannah E. Bush.
Christina Ann Cano.
Bianca Rose Cano.
Christopher Chacon.
Daniel Ruben Cano.
Julia Marie Colucci.
Ryan Clark.
Aaliyah Cornwell.
Jason Joseph Capola.
Colin Chase Colson.
Jordan Page Corder.
Matthew Thomas Chilada.
Gabriella A. Crocco.
Olivia Del Cagliano.
Jaya D'Espes.
Paul Del Pret.
Emery Delgado. David Thomas DeMeo.
Devin DeMott.
Christopher DeSanto LeMay.
Dylan Dinzik.
Victoria Elizabeth DePaulo.
Jillian Dittamer.
Christopher Dressler.
Ian M. Dubois.
Calvin Egan.
Lillian Grace Englander.
Alexander Erb.
Megan Fantuzzi.
Sipanta Faraji.
Caitlin N. Fenning.
Lauren Fenwick.
Richard J. Frank.
Celia Freed.
Michelle Galicki.
Kimberly A. Kapinski.
Eliana Corinne Gargiulo.
Martin Goba.
Peter R. Jenick.
Jennifer Gianetti.
Mark Jojuto.
Kristen M. Gillen.
Ryan P. Gillen.
Thomas J. Gleed.
Alyssa Faith Goldman.
Timothy Michael Gorab.
Maeve Patricia Gordon.
Robert J. Gorney.
Lucas Graff.
Annika Caroline Jacoba Green.
Carly-Ann T. Grow.
Zachary Grossman.
Tyler Kenneth Groff.
Courtney Lene Gruber.
Michaela Jean Guell.
Angel Guerrero.
Emily Brianna Haig.
Ryan Halloran.
Nicholas Hanley.
Anthony James Hanratty.
Stephen Anthony Haskell. Juliana Helbig.
Jennifer Elizabeth Heisler.
Peter J. Hoke.
Matthew M. Huser.
Megan Hogan.
Nicholas B. Hoffman.
Danielle Homer.
Samantha Hofelder.
Samantha Hubner.
Linnea Ayana Huber.
Ethan Andrew Iglesias.
Julianne Ivarone.
Jenna Kathleen Jacobs.
Legacy Elizabeth Jackson.
Mark Joseph Januszewski.
Sean Robert Janisek.
Mercedes Jones.
Carolina R. Jimenez.
Jessica Marie Ketchler.
Sarah Martin Jones.
Drew Thomas Cagdis.
Dominica Kaczynski.
Kristen Kelly.
Samantha Lee Carney.
Samantha Karamesian.
Allison H. Kenny.
Stacy Kewer.
Alexander Barone Curson.
Caitlin Marie Claus.
Robert E. Klein Jr.
Courtney A. Koplish.
Carter Knight.
Megan Marie Lamb.
Prashemik Patrick Kosciuszko.
Christian Taylor Lee.
Eric Carl Larson.
Zachary LaCursey.
Kyle Lepore.
Brandon Little.
Eric M. Lindstrom.
Eric William Lahid.
Kyle Little.
Amanda Ludostansky.
Michael J. Lovallo. Melinda Marie MacArthur.
Christopher T. Major.
Julio Maladano Martinez.
Michael Joseph Maniscalco.
Alexander Manthe.
Melanie Noel Maroon.
Paige Masiello.
Rachel McCarran Fossum.
Matthew McCormick.
Nicholas James McCormick.
Morgan McGarry.
Tyler Paul McGovern.
Jack McGraw.
Matthew Meckelberg.
Dante Milligan.
Alyssa Madison Milne.
Michelle Minikis.
Michaela Mooney.
Rochelle Ann Morgan.
Trey Moriarty Jones.
James B. Morrell.
Justin Morrison Leduc.
Francisco Munoz.
Cyan Nicole Nardiello.
Raymond Charles Neff III.
Sabrina Nelson.
JJ Nens.
William M. Newberry.
Tatiana Nichkaporik.
Dana Nichols.
Richard Norris.
Lisa Stephanie Nozel.
Raina Lynn O'Brien.
Grace L. O'Connor.
Corey J. Ott.
Geneva J. Owen.
Gavin Pagano.
Amanda Nicole Page.
Amanda Palumba.
John Dempsey Panicucci.
Autumn Pilotowski.
Frank Paul Petrain.
Emily Rose Post.
Alex G. Polzing.
Erin Setya Rychek.
Colton R. Mills Prensel.
Allison Reed.
James F. Roth II.
Brooke Amber Riley.
Audrey Lynn Reed.
Daniel Riccio.
Megan Ricca.
Taylor Tex Roberto.
Matthew Rizza.
Noah Christopher Rodams.
Stephanie Roche.
Stephen Taylor Rotella.
Kyson Nazareth Rosario Santos.
Hunter James Ryan.
Jack Marcel Rug.
Dean Richard Sacco.
Leah Marie Ryan.
Andy A. Sanchez.
Hannah Amado Salvacion.
Christopher Jonathan Sansone.
Brianna Nicole Scangarillo.
Anthony Scanzo Masiero.
Robert Schaefer.
Dale Joseph Chamberlain.
Samantha Schuhart.
Dylan Schultz Morrison.
Emily Grace Schwab.
Stephen Schwake.
Kevin John Secklin.
Anthony Saradonicki.
David Shapiro.
Melody Sojin.
Tyler R. Smith.
Claudia Soroka.
Mary F. Soriano.
Zachary Starr.
Anthony R. Stabile.
Bailey Elizabeth Stewart.
Taylor L. Steins.
Nicholas F. Talia.
Nicholas M. Sazowski.
Sierra Jaylene Torres.
Craig M. Todd.
Vincent Torres.
Grace Isabel Torres.
Jessica Utter.
Trisha Jean Tucker.
Damian Van Riper.
Alexis Marie Valanzano.
Lauren Van Tynes.
Kaylee Van Strander.
Raymond Veccarelli McConchie.
Andrew A.V. Variali.
Jennifer Volman.
Shannon Catherine Veninger.
Michael P. Weisner.
Carly Warchulik.
Cameron B. Whalen.
Jake Robert Wyant.
Kayla Williams.
Jacqueline J. Wilhelm.
Edward J. Woodcock.
Mitchell Williams.
Christina Marie Wright.
Robert Lee Woods V.
Jacqueline R. Wyatt.
Ashley Rosensky.
Lisa Marie Zazi.
Holly Madison Zacher.
Ashley Elizabeth Shockey.
Anthony Zeppatelli.
Tyler Farrar.
Liam Zupp.
Kenneth James Signoretti.
Andrew James Perucci.
And now to officially kick off our celebration, I would like to welcome up to the podium the treasurer of the class of 2017, Emily Miller.
Thank you again, family, friends, faculty, and administrators, not only for being here to support us on this special occasion, but for being such a huge part of the reason that we are all sitting before you tonight. This would not be possible without the encouragement, support, and love that you have provided over the years. To the class of 2017, congratulations. Tonight, we celebrate our accomplishments and our years spent together. Although our time as West Milford students has come to an end, a world of opportunity awaits. As we all move on to our next adventures, remember that wherever your path may lead and the changes that come along with it, your West Milford roots can never be abandoned. I consider each and every one of us to be extremely fortunate to have shared the experiences and created the bonds that will follow us through life. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for each of you. I wish the best of luck to all of you, my classmates, my friends. With that being said, I invite you all, the class of 2017, to stand. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left. The tassel. And you may remove your tassels. Now, as per tradition, on three, again, on the number 3, we will throw our caps into the air in celebration of us. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations, class of 2017. Our students are going to proceed out that way, the way they came in. Diplomas, they're going to pick up their diplomas over by the gate, just outside the gate. So they're proceeding out that way. Students, don't forget to pick up your diplomas, grads, on the way out.